When thinking about resources, one may likely think of things such as fossil fuels, gases, and coal. However, these previously listed resources are non-renewable. That means once they're gone, as their formation takes billions of years. This begs the question, what are we supposed to do? Well, with the rising cost of non-renewable resources and the dwindling supply, renewable resources are getting more attention than ever. I'm Addie Rosemar, and I'm going to introduce you to the possible and very doable solution, hydropower, also known as water. First, one must understand what a renewable resource is. According to the U.S. Department of Energy, a renewable resource is a resource which can be used repeatedly because it is replaced naturally. Some other examples of these resources would be oxygen, timber, biomass, and biomass. When comparing non-renewable resources to renewable ones, renewable resources are often much cleaner and lead to far less pollution and less global warming gases. One common concern is the cost of these resources, as the startup cost is known to be more expensive. However, with always advancing technology, as well as the rising prices of fossil fuels, renewable resources are becoming more and more affordable. Now that you have some background on renewable resources, we can focus on some of the leading types. Hydroelectricity, also known as energy created by water. According to ITAIPU, the world's leading generator of renewable resources and clean energy, in 2003, more than 170 countries agreed and confirmed that all hydroelectric generation is renewable and therefore merits international support. Hydropower has been used since the ancient times, generating energy to do everything from irrigating crops to milling grain into flour and later making cloth and running sawmills. During the late 1800s, many grist mills, or mills used to grind grain, were built on the Mississippi River, specifically at St. Anthony's Falls, where the 50-foot drop was used to create the power. In modern day, hydropower is more commonly captured at man-made dams, where the fast-flowing water is harnessed to generate electricity that is then transported hundreds of miles via wires. So now that you know what hydropower is, let me explain to you why you should use it whenever possible, and be active in laws and petitions that are for the use of hydropower and support companies that utilize this resource. Some reasons to support hydropower, according to ITAIPU, is the fact that it is so clean and completely renewable. The energy is collected without reducing the quantity of the energy collected. Another reason to support hydroelectricity is the fact that it's a domestic resource. Because it is domestic, hydroelectricity is not subject to price fluctuation. It provides a stable price, unlike fossil fuels and natural gases, whose prices are constantly changing. Along with stable prices, hydropower can also be injected into the electricity system faster than any other source in the case of a blackout. That is because the hydroelectric systems are able to reach capacity from zero extremely quickly. Aside from the mechanics, hydroelectricity is also extremely beneficial to the environment. To start, hydroelectricity helps combat climate change. This happens due to the fact that there are no greenhouse gases produced. This is able to help slow down the process of global warming while improving the air that we breathe. This happens because the hydro plants do not put any pollutants into the air, nor does it create any toxic byproducts. For comparison, according to the Union of Concerned Scientists, a typical coal plant produces more than 125,000 tons of ash and 193,000 tons of what they call sludge annually. And even with all the toxic output, only 33% of the energy harnessed is used. It is also important to know that there are over 600 coal plants in the U.S. alone. And while California has no significant coal plants, we do have several companies that own portions of out-of-state coal plants, which allows them to use the energy from them while bypassing many regulations. Moreover, hydroelectricity means clean and cheap energy. It can be operated at very low cost and is very easy to incorporate new technology. So how can you get involved? Well, according to energy.ca.gov, in 2013, hydroelectric plants created about 12% of total energy for the state of California. Unfortunately, that dropped to about 6% starting in 2014 due to the severe drought, but it is expected to rise again. California alone has 284 hydroelectric plants, mostly located in the eastern mountain range. The larger plants include Shasta, Oroville, and Folsom Dam. Being the closest to us, Folsom Dam alone generates 10% of the power used in Sacramento annually. Along with producing large amounts of energy, Folsom Dam also provides a recreational area for locals. It provides area for boating, hiking, fishing, and other family-friendly activities. So how can you take advantage of hydroelectricity? Well, one can support these hydroelectric plants by being active in their community, being knowledgeable, and making your voice heard when given the opportunity. The hydro plants are currently raising awareness and attempting to get public vote for federal government reinvestment of revenue from the government-owned hydro plants to upgrade these pre-existing plants and also to change federal regulations for quicker processing for creating plants and to retrofit existing dams to produce and harness this electricity. Moreover, hydroelectricity is an affordable and obtainable resource of renewable and clean energy that the public should be aware of and take advantage of. Thank you.